All right, back in Council Bluffs, day 2, about to start, about to go in and play, but it's been about 24 hours since I've been in the area, so I thought I'd give you a recap on the first 24 hours. I've gone to Casey's Pizza, the gas station, for pizza 3 times already, right after I stopped at law school yesterday, and then after poker last night, and then just now. After poker last night, when I was eating the pizza, a guy started talking to me, a guy who's clearly homeless. He was sleeping on the grass outside Arby's. He had his dog. He says he's a hitchhiker. He's been to 43 of the lower 48 states. He's trying to hit all 48 tomorrow. I don't even remember the name of the town he was trying to get to tomorrow, but it was about 80 miles away. He told me when he was 18, the feds locked down where he lived in upstate New York to find him. I guess would be he was like running a meth lab, and he was in prison for 13 years, which is why he loves hitchhiking now, because his freedom was stripped from him, and now he wants the opposite. He wants total freedom all the time. I wouldn't quite word it that way, that his freedom was stripped from him. I would say he did something that led to people taking it from him for good cause. Anyway, that guy was fairly interesting. Yeah, played poker instantly, started talking to dealers like I had never left, haven't been here in about 13 months. One dealer started asking me about King of Queens instantly. He said, "Are you really a King of Queens expert?" I didn't know why he was asking. I thought maybe he's seen like videos where I asked Trooper some questions. And it was from that day last year. I think I talked about it in a video. 2 guys were talking about Star Wars a ton. And I asked, genuinely, not quizzing them, I really wanted to know how many Star Wars movies are there. And they both kept giving me multiple answers. Neither had any idea, and they kept changing, and none of their answers did they have in common, by the way. So like, I couldn't take it anymore, and I said, guys, I like King of Queens as much as you guys like Star Wars, it seems. If you ask me how many seasons was it, I would say 9, which is correct, and it's only 1 answer. Why can't you guys give me 1 correct answer? And so that dealer said, yeah, I've been watching King of Queens a lot since, and I really like it. And I remember that time the guys were talking about Star Wars, and then you started talking about King of Queens. So that was cool. Other dealers I've known for a lot longer, like I never left. One, we started talking a lot of baseball right away. Another, we talk about a lot more topics than that. And yeah, one an all-in, one a heads-up all-in, one a 3-way all-in, one some other small pots. You know, the interesting thing here, a small pot here is like pretty valuable. You know, in Vegas, when you win a small pot, it's often like 1-2, you're raised to 10, a guy calls, and like that's the end of it. You bet somewhere along the way and the guy folds. So the money that's in the pot that's not yours is the 10 from the other guy, the 1 from the small blind, the 2 from the big blind, and if that pot would be $23, probably 2 is getting taken for promo and rake reasons. So there was $13 in there, and 2 of it gets taken, so that's $11. And sometimes I tip on pots that small, sometimes not. So either $10 or $11 I would add to my stack on small pots in Vegas. Here, you raise pre and you go like 3 or 4 ways to the flop, and at least one guy calls like a bet on the flop before he folds on the river or something. Like small pots in Council Bluffs, you add like $50 to $75 to your stack. So even though it might not sound like a lot, when I say like I want a few other small pots along the way besides those all-ins, like it was a lot. Small pots add up around here. Also met Mike, who watches the channel. We opened table 18, and that was interesting. That's a good break that I bet no one would ever talk about. Like I say all the time, when people say they're running good or running bad, they basically mean they're all in on the turn with a draw. Did they hit or not? There's way more to it than that. I was second on the list when I got here last night. 1 seat opened, a guy sits down, so now I'm the top of the list. Another seat opens, and a 7-star showed up right before that seat opened. 7 stars jumped the list out here. Diamonds jumped the list in, well, diamonds and 7 stars jumped the list in Vegas. Out here, diamonds don't do anything because pretty much everyone's diamond. So only 7 stars jumped the list. So the 7-star got that seat, and then I was first up when we opened 18. We opened a new game, and even though all the games were better, I do think the new game was a little better than the other 3 that were already going. So that was a good break for that 7-star to show up and take my seat on the game that was in progress, and I got a seat on the new table. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. Gonna go in and play right now. It's almost 5. It's like 4:30, 4:35, something like that. The room still is not 24/7, so most nights it closes at 3. If multiple games are going, I think they would leave it open another hour on Friday and Saturday. I think the room is open till 5 a.m. and if games are going, which they almost always will be Friday, Saturday, I think they would leave it open another 2 hours or something like that. So if I want a 10-hour day during the week, I need to be sitting by 5 p.m., which I'm used to. This is how it was in 2021 in WinStar. I think we were closing at 4, and I needed to be sitting and playing by 6 if I wanted a chance at a 10-hour day. So no hours goal yet. We'll probably come up with one. Today's only day 2, so there is day 1, and that's it for now. And remember, rice is a spoon food.